All right, we back. All right, I'm not trying to step on any toes, man. Like, I went through a lot to even be where I'm at right now. Some people don't even know where I'm at. Some people think that when you get to here, they got like more or less they more or less take they like look after the money because of they looking after the money. One of the reasons they looking after the money is because of like out of protection, so that it won't be said this and said that, and then it may be hold on, maybe a part of they. Sometimes it could be a part of like their system or something like that. So it's a situation where it's like I didn't come to like take this person's place, take that person's place. I didn't come for that. I just came like I was doing track and field, running, working out, trying to train people. And then like all this stuff fell in my lap. Like I didn't like that's the thing. Like I wasn't thinking the whole time I'm gonna go do this and that. Like that's not what I was doing. So when people come to me and they come at me like that, it's like God, I don't know what that is. I'm doing this. I have no clue what that is and why it's there. And then if I like they check with me, it's like, did you authorize? I ain't authorized nothing. I don't know what I know what that means if that's authorized. So no, I didn't authorize that. Why? Because these are the areas. I'm like, paperwork has to go in for this type of order. Paperwork got to go in for this type of order. That basic stuff I know. So when you come this way, you got to get a agreement amongst the people, and you're not finna get no agreement on me against me because you want to act a certain way, and now you want to use. It's like it's kind of like turning like it's kind of like whooping yourself. I'm not finna whoop myself. Like, are you serious right now? So what am I saying? Like men and women, y'all supposed to be there when he down. You supposed to be up when she down. You supposed to be up. You supposed to help bring her up. Y'all supposed to be like this. Y'all supposed to pray together. Y'all supposed to chill together. Anything else that mess, man, put that over there. If a man or somebody, a man or woman come to you like, man, I give you this much if you do this, man, you better get your behind out the car, move around, do whatever else. Because like in my line of work, you getting your loyalty tested, bro, and you just failed. Like you out. Like and they're going like that's something that just happened with them and it didn't have nothing to do with me. It's like there are many different levels. That's why I learned to stay in the focus of the understanding of where we are in this day and time. That's how I learned to I was like, man, let me, you know what I mean? Let me stay focused over here. Cause I don't like I know they move like that over there. I know how to like move around or just kind of just like to get around and get through a certain area. I know how to do that. But like I'm not like it's like being up like being in the world but not of the world. So I can see it and be like, oh, okay, no. And if they ask me, I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So when I'm dealing with the people, if you make those moves and that's my team, that's up. That's wrong move, wrong move. Like if you try to do something that I didn't did in the past, certain things I did was to find out certain information so that I can learn something. So it's kind of like it's on a different grade. It's kind of like um let's say military maybe military ethics 101. You dealing with a system or a systematic system or something. That's what you're dealing with. So it hurt me when like somebody's doing something opposite and you see it and you're like okay bro, all right. And it's like even if you sleep with the homie, I'm gonna be like I'm just gonna shake the nigga up and be like, yo, hope you have fun, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Why? Don't they don't owe me no loyalty. You owe me loyalty, or that person owe me loyalty. they don't owe me nothing. They test you and you give. That's just you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So you do that, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done did what I could. You know what I'm saying? You the one went there and did that with, you know what I mean? Like, that's between them. Whatever they do, you on AT. No, you not. I like it does get into areas where it's like if you do something a certain way, like, and they make a move towards you, I can't, like, you not under me no more. You under so and so. So like they hit me and they like ain't nothing you can do. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? He did so and so and he would, oh man. Then all you can do is kind of like one of the moments where you hit your head and you like, didn't I just tell you like not to do X, Y, Z because this would be the case? Okay. This is one of them areas where you're gonna have one on a hard head, make a soft behind. But anyways, this is what I learned. Like, my family is in and out of everything. So communication with me that's a whole different ball game. Like, I'm not like I don't even get to look at things like everybody else. That's why when I reverted to talking to Rebecca about the name or the family, I was like basically kind of delegating to her like my communication, not like everybody else, because my house ain't like that. Like, my house is not. This is a situation where I can actually be like, my house ain't normal. Like, I don't have a regular house. My house is not just this house over there. No, it's not. That's not my house. So in my house, like, I gotta know things that other people, they don't even think about. They don't even have to worry about that. But even with that, I can't even say what those things, like, I don't get to exactly say what those things are. I have to be like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I gotta check with the elders and see what they talking about. Why? Because that's you gotta see what the elders talking about. Why that? Because that move had to come from them. Because I ain't seen that move in so long. That came from over there. I know where that came from, but I can't. But do you know that's a special unit, special forces unit too. That's what I'm saying. So when loyalty is tested, it's tested on every level. I got friends that got they got some bread. They got money. That little bit, they got money. But I'm still trying to build where I'm at. Because I have to learn. Like, I get frustrated sometimes because like I know the reason why it's like this. I'm like, all right, I gotta stay focused and we're gonna get to this next level and the next level, but I know I gotta stay right here. It's all good. That's how I gotta look at it. So when I'm dealing with like a family and it's like I'm coming in as a head of a family, I'm like I'm watching and I'm looking at, like, I may be looking out for, like, say for instance, Jacaden, Rebecca's son. I may be teaching him like, yo, watch this type of situation. I gotta teach him how to, from a young age, like, yo, when you see this, like, when you see something like, if it don't make sense, pray about it, try to spirit by the spirit, because we on the spiritual realm, so we on the other side. So if it don't make sense, sometimes that ain't the right spirit. Like, you might have to reject the spirit, but when you're dealing with the Holy Ghost, you're gonna know exactly what that is and what the spirit is and why it's there, and you know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure you don't ever irk the Holy Ghost. So me dealing with, you know what I'm saying, Rebecca she didn't get a lot of this teaching. So she in her stages where it's like where she has grace and mercy, because there's a lot of stuff she don't know. Now once I tell her and she choose to do whatever, just like with my dad or my parents when they told me, or recently when I was retaught some things, once they tell me, I know now. I can't make those same moves. So if somebody hit me up, I know to be like, man, what you want? Now that's a little different if you got, there are some differences in there in some areas. that can't be touched or judged or moved on at all because of certain parameters. Through delegation, and they don't know, and they can never that's somebody else's area that brings them because you don't have that time. Somebody like when you deal with these areas like track and field, you got a proven time. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a proven time. So if I'm dealing with them, like, man, watch everybody because, like, you know what I'm saying, money coming into play, and you know what I'm saying, they just trying to, like, it's kind of like getting hit so hard in the face, and you going down, and you're grabbing for everything around you. If whoever you boxing can't grab you, they down. It just no matter how far the count goes. But if they get hit hard enough, and it's the 12, ding, 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 win. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the situation. So when you in these areas, it's like jabbing ain't no jab if you dealing with, depending on who you dealing with. If you was fighting Muhammad Ali, he was jabbing, he was able to jab you to death. Like he jab. Them wasn't no regular jabs. Them was some powerful jabs. So you got to deal with a fighter. So it depends on the method of the fighter, the type of fighter that you dealing with. Like with me, I'm not fit to jump in no, like that ain't my, like if we got the areas that we are in, if that ain't my area, you're not fit to trick me into to coming to the area. Like my coach told me 160. That's it. 4x1. That's it. You tell me, he said you're not running a 2. I said, okay. So you come to me like run a 200, I'm gonna look at you like, if you ain't my coach, I'm not running that. Well, run a 2. No, unless I'm like training and doing training, that's part of my training that day. I'm like, I'm not going to go run that because you know what I'm saying, you coming at me this way. No, I ain't got nothing to prove. I done ran like hand time, I done ran the times, but according to where we are, I'm like, I don't have to prove that, bro. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody else that runs that. Go race him. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody beat him yet. That's where we are. So when you come into these areas and you're trying to help, and you trying to get like a young lady or a young man to work with you, and you like, okay, this is what we trying to do. This is what we focusing on. This is why we gonna move this way. If they turn and just be like, I'm gonna do this with so and so, or they messing with somebody, or they not, and they just don't want to do it with you. And it's like, be honest with yourself. Like me personally, I really ain't did nothing to be arguing and fussing and fighting about. Like, to be honest, you can come to me, you can talk to me about whatever you really need to talk to me about. That's something I'm known for. I'm known within the community or people. If you got a problem, you can actually go to Josh and talk to him about it, even if he don't like it. He will have a sit down, intelligent conversation, even if it's on the bad end of him having to receive constructive criticism. That's things that I'm known for. So if it's a situation where it's like a person is trying to put it where it's like he got a temper problem, they gonna be like, what you do to him? Like, nah, he got a temper. He a part of that's that bloodline. But he one of the ones it take a long time for him to just really be like, nah, I don't care what you talking about. This the move, that's it. I don't want to hear it. Like, when he get there, you done did something over and over and over, and he done got tired of it. And now he see that, okay, they trying to play you for a flunky, or they trying to, like, he's starting to see, okay, they're trying to play him as weak, as a flunky, and he being respectful, and he reading his people, and his people like, yo, you need to get that shit nipped in the bud. Excuse my French. But you need to get that nipped in the bud. Why am I saying that? You need to get that nipped in the bud. When it come down to respect, that's respect. They will kill behind respect. I'm going to pray that it change and that everybody's protected to be able to move. But when you in this certain area, some people, like I said, they don't change, man. They don't respect you. And when you get to that level, love you. they do whatever it is that they want. So when you're trying to work things out, so to speak, meaning you're trying to work things out, and they ain't never dealt with nobody trying to work things out.
Were you trying to work things out when you
So
touched somebody else?
when you're dealing with these different areas, is different. So when you're dealing with this area, like as a king, it gets trying because it's like you might be dealing with a certain situation where you coming into power, and this particular family, they want an heir. And they want an heir, they want an heir this way, and they want this type of bun. When you're dealing with that, that's a whole different ball game. That means they want this, they want that, and they want it over here. They want it this way. So as a king, you may, you know what I'm saying, like as a king or emperor, your dad's within a certain stature, then you come up, then you have to deliver in that certain stature. So that's within the nature and the people of the empire.
So you cheated on me because of your status? Are you serious right now?
So
serious right now?
when we go through these areas and you understand that, it's like, okay, one, you get to areas where you like one, what are you talking about? Two, as the empire begins to develop and move forward, it behooves you to understand
Don't ever
what you're dealing with and
disgusting.
how you're moving in these different areas. You understand? Because
You're fucking disgusting.
everything that you do and how you do it is, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a system, one thing. So they have a way of doing things, whatever that way is. You know what I mean? Now, there's a way that's seeming right, but the end of there's that I did not take that way. So, we went about it. I went about it the way God, you know what I'm saying, allowed me to go about it. Now, there are times where it's like it's all kinds of things. You dealing with this, you dealing with that, and God trying to work these things, God trying to work those things, and everything else is like, it's kind of like infiltration, like trying to infiltrate, trying to get you to break focus, and it's like, nah, I'm not